Hello.
You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, okay. I'm Dandy, Daniel Shutin. I play for Navi.
Jeff?
Phil.
Nick.
Scott.
From Valve.
Tell us about Cologne.
It's beautiful. It's one of the cities that I liked to visit from all the cities that I visited yet.
How many times have you been to Cologne?
One time.
Oh.
So you like Cologne then?
You like it better than Seattle?
It's special. I can't compare it to something else because I wasn't in Germany, except Cologne.
Because it was your first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you sum up the international one when you arrived there? What was that like for you?
Very special, I guess, because when we arrived to hotel and stuff, it was like all very, very, very fancy. Yeah, it's much lower quality, everything.
Did you know coming into it and once you started seeing stuff like that this was going to be different?
No, I didn't know. I could guess so.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know Phil was shooting you right here?
I don't think I really paid attention.
What were you
at
thinking
the
about right
times.
there? You're probably like, that was a really good coffee I had this morning.
What happened to your jersey that we gave you?
I don't know. I don't remember. I think it's maybe still at my house, or maybe I give it to somebody. I don't remember.
I thought McD took them all.
Yes. See, you reminded me.
Wow.
Steeler.
What was it like in the booth?
Sometimes it was cold. We even asked to turn off the conditioner. Yeah. But overall it was great. Chairs were like special. Like you're in some bar, you know.
We found that the better the Dota player, the harder it was for them to explain what Dota was. Do you think that's true?
That's pretty much true. You can't just... You can say obvious things to people that are obvious to them by themselves, if they get into it a little bit, at least. But to explain it overall, it's pretty hard, yeah.
What do you think of that dude?
It's total dude. He was telling a story that they played first game for 24 bottles of beer or something.
Yeah. You like that?
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's like first generation of gamers, combative gamers in our country.
What do you think about the idea of us going into the game like this to show Dota?
Oh, it looks really amazing. It's like very special. I didn't expect that for sure. Totally
That's great.
Yeah, the thing we try to focus on was this concept of a battleground.
Yeah, that's will really help to people who never ever played the game.
Mm-hmm.
Full movie is like an art.
Milk's only performance right here. His eyes shifting.
For people who see it first time, I feel like they will want to watch it again, for sure.
Mm.
I have this feeling, because even, it's really cool.
As somebody who knows the ins and outs of every part of the game, we had to go pretty high level with the game because it's too much to dig into in that hour. Did you feel like it was still enough?
Oh,
The explanation of the game.
You explained it pretty good, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
What do you think about it?
We went both ways. First, it was like we were trying to get more complicated about it, but then that ended up being more confusing. So then the way to do what we thought was to simplify it, but then we wondered if we simplified it too much.
So, yeah.
So that was the question we were dealing with the whole time. How did you feel about it?
I think your point is to make both parties satisfied, like party of people who play and party of people who don't play.
Mhm.
So you pretty much success with it, I believe.
Did you recognize?
Because if you would go more deep, people who don't play will be like, what's
is this
going on?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you recognize Jeremy Lin? Did you know that he
Yeah.
plays Dota?
Who?
Jeremy Lin, the basketball player who.
Ah,
showed up.
Jeremy Lin. I think
Yeah.
Germany Land.
Oh,
I
no,
was like,
sorry.
what? Gamescom? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew the Germany Lin.
Do you recognize all these guys?
Not all. For example, these guys.
Should we have shown anything else about the Dota world that we didn't?
About Dota World? I don't know. Seriously, it's like you did everything you needed to do. It's like it looks like. So it's you probably even know better what you missed or not.
Cool.
Tell some stories of your younger days of playing Dota when you first started. What was that like for you?
Ooh, it was very exciting. Very exciting. I was spending tons of time. At first I was spending not much time, but when it became bigger, no one could stop me from PC. At some point, my mom couldn't. And when I just started playing too much, and I got into Dota, I got into League, I got into like ICHS2 League. It was like best league in Dota, with all the strongest players from the entire world or something. And I got into second part, like weaker one, without any help or anything. And I slowly progressed. In a month I got to first division, I think. And that's how I continued playing. I was starting from supports and slowly getting up.
And Dota was the only game that you've been in competitive play?
Basically, I played Warcraft 3, but I can't call it so much competitive. Oh, even Dota wasn't so much competitive at that time. In Warcraft 3 I was winning some championships in Lviv, or taking some second places and stuff. And we had some good players in Lviv at that time, who were getting in winning World Cyber Games in Ukraine, and going to World Cyber Game finals. But whatever, doesn't matter. I think everyone who played Dota played Warcraft 3 before, I believe,
But when
at
you
some time.
I'm sorry. When you started, you were really, really small. You're a little guy, and did people underestimate you because you're little?
It was my advantage, because people always didn't took me serious. They took me as a small kid, and I was acting like a small kid all the time, and still acting. But the point is, like, beside that, my brain was okay. It's like, I look like small kid, but my brain is not so stupid. And that was my advantage for real, I believe. In most of cases. It's like, I act like, hey guys, what's up, what's up, what's up? But in my mind, everything is fine.
That's cool.
You use that, you think, now quite a bit as mind game against your opponents?
Yeah. It's part of the game that I love the most in Dota. It's fast decisions, and with mind games, it's like the most fun when you outplay someone by mind games.
What do you think was the one event that brought you to your name, at least to everybody in the Dota 1 community?
In Dota 1?
Mm-hmm.
It was slowly between ESWC and World Dota Championship, probably.
With DTS?
Yeah. Even felt like not much changed in my game, I think. But people see what we want to see.
Where's that?
That's on top of the tower, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you seen those guys before on the street playing?
There's a lot of different people playing. I don't remember.
Really? They play... Okay, so there's a lot of street musicians. That's...
Yeah, it's like, because city is so special.
Yeah.
The Grand Tour.
Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I remember this one too.
Mhm.
Not gonna lie. It's first class in school, I think.
First class? Oh.
Maybe second.
Yeah.
Oh,
How much did that girl weigh?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
She was like twice more weight than me.
How long did it take you to get those moves down? That's a lot of practice, like twice a week practice, or
What?
those moves.
Dancing?
Yeah,
Oh, it was 3 times per week.
3 times.
Yeah, we had a group. We had a lot of different dances, and we were like making new,
Mm.
and traveling, and it was competition always somewhere, like in Ukraine or Poland.
Oh,
We were
okay.
traveling to Poland a lot by bus. It was always fun, actually.
Is that a true story? Your parents used to pull the plug when you would play?
It's true. My dad was taking it away. My mom was doing it a few times, but I always find out ways how to fix it. But in the end, professional.
Sleuth. How long did it take you to figure it out?
I don't remember, but it was really hard.
So do you remember that night I had fallen asleep and left the camera on? And it just so happened your mom came in and turned off the lights.
That's a normal thing. She can enter my room like a lot of times, but every year is different, because like at first she would like enter the room and maybe say something like, "Oh, you should go bed, it's too late." Next year she would enter the room and it's like, maybe you want some food. The next year it would be like even more different. And now she enter the room. If she see daughter in my screen, she come close, stay quiet. If she see that I don't turn head on her, she don't say anything. She just stay quiet and wait. And if it's like too late, too long time, like I don't turn head for like 30 seconds or so, she's just leaving and then like coming, bring me some food and then going to sleep or something and not saying a word. She's just not disturbing me at all.
The tournament was announced and you saw the prize pool. Tell us a little bit about that. Where were you sitting? What did you think? And what was going through your mind and all that?
I don't think any one of us actually believed in this, you know. We were like, oh, yeah, cool. That might not be true, because most of money in Dota 1 tournaments, we never get them actually. So even if we win something, we never get anything. People were not stealing them and stuff. Beijing, China, street food.
Mm-hmm. Yummy.
Yummy. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the street food.
I like street food too, when you know what you're eating.
So what was the Navi boot camp or the first international?
It was Counter-Strike team base. We had 3 rooms, 2 rooms with beds, 2 baths, and 1 big room with kitchen and 5 PCs together.
We went
and
there.
big table, yeah.
Yeah.
You was there.
Yeah.
It's pretty good place, actually, not gonna lie. Because we sleep, wake up when we want, do stuff together, and it was fun. We had, a lot of fun at that times, I think.
Then earlier you mentioned that you think that the age, 25, 26, do you feel like you could still play at that age? Or
Of course, it doesn't matter what age are you. It's not FPS game. You don't need your reaction or something. Well, you need it in some points, but you can totally avoid them if you're a smart player. It's strategic game. It's all about how your chemistry works, how you work in a team. And it's really a strategic game, so you need to think what you're doing, and everything you can think in few steps in front if you smart enough. So
What about the play last year as an example of that, though, where that came down to you guys being as quick as you were? Obviously, mentally, you had to be quick, but that required incredible twitch with the play from, TI2.
yeah, it was some moments, but I don't think if I'll be 23 or 26, this will change. Because I knew what's gonna happen, so in my head it was built up what I need to try to do to success. So you just try things out fast, And if it works, it works. Like, I know what I'm gonna cast ultimate, and I know what I'm gonna try to steal it. So I know what I have chances to success or unsuccess. I'm waiting until he casts it, I try. If I no success, I will do my next step, because I can't freeze on that one. If I freeze, we will lose team fight. If I success, I know what I'm gonna do next. And stuff like this happening. But it looks like fast from side.
So experience trumps speed.
Yeah.
Probably experience more important than speed, rather than speed more important than experience.
Speed is nothing in Dota almost.
Yeah.
That's like an excuse for some people.
His logic is about reaction and stuff. It's what you need in Counter-Strike, because it's FPS game, and of course, if you have slow reaction, you won't shoot anyone. But in Dota, it's absolutely different. It's about your thinking abilities. It's strategy game. It's not FPS. You don't need reaction. You can be like super slow. It doesn't matter. If you think well, you'll have success.
So there's no
There's
age
like
cutoff?
some situations where you need reactions, but you can avoid them if you play smart. Let's take like hero is Furion. You don't need reaction on this hero. You just don't. This hero is right click, trees, some microing, but no reaction. There is no reaction. Reaction to put sprout, but it's so random, like so rare. Reaction to use hex item, like something like this. But overall, it's all just strategic thing. Where to move, where to go, what to do next.
What are some of the things that when people get older, what are some of the things that they have to deal with as far as being a pro gamer? What makes what?
Yeah, that's probably the point of this 26, 28. Yeah, because you're getting older, and as any guy on planet, you'll think of your family, your what to do next, your next steps. You'll have some girl, woman, wife, doesn't matter, yeah, and you think how to build your life from this point, and you have much more minds busy with all this stuff, and much less minds free for all the Dota stuff. When you're young, you don't need to think of this. You're just enjoying whatever you want to do.
What do you think about HY wanting to win for his girlfriend? What did you think about that storyline?
It's pretty respectful, I think. Yeah, it's really cool.
Speaking of the other people in the movie, what did you think of Fear's storyline, and when you kind of gotten to see Fear's backstory, and like gets likened by his best friend to the Rocky Balboa of Dota, and we were always kind of surprised by, of all the players, the American player that we covered had it probably the hardest because of the well, I'll let you talk, actually.
Fear is a very nice guy. I knew it from start of Dota, You can see how people act, how people talk and stuff. And Fear was always a nice guy. He was never rude. He was never acting bad or something. And he was always good in Dota, and you could see it. He's smart guy. I really respect him as a person.
How about HY? When's the first time you met him?
It's WC 2010. I played with HY and Fear a lot in online before. With Fear actually a lot, I think. Oh, he had some break also, I remember. And with HY, I remember MIM Prime Nations. When I was playing for Team Ukraine, I was playing against his team with like 400 ping. It was great. So you can't control anything. You just run around, do stuff, and try to win.
But that part making me smile every time. I can't.
You should do one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should definitely go over and do one of
do a little
these.
show.
Hey guys, I climbed mountains.
Climb mountains.
Now I
Lift some
can.
weights.
Next level Dota. Ujo, I'm coming.
So what's it like playing in China?
That's like playing StarCraft in Korea. Yeah. That's crazy. People
What's-
are wild.
What's the biggest arena you played in China?
Probably World Dota Championship. We didn't play on G League or something. Yeah, but it was pretty huge and crazy.
How so? Crazy was.
Like
The
fans?
atmosphere, but you can feel it in Benaroya, right? It's like super wild and special. You get all this energy and feeling really good and excited all the time. And in China is like just more people. Maybe you won't feel like in Benaroya because it's opera house and sound were like very special, right? But still, it's like they all go super wild, super crazy.
So playing over there, they for sure, had their hometown favorites in the Chinese teams, but you guys were very popular as well. Like, could you explain what it was like playing maybe against a Chinese team in Wuhan?
I don't really remember, but I think when we had like patch picks or something, people were actually cheering for us because at that time, like, there was DK in 2011, who didn't lose a single championship in Dota 1 for like half of a year, and we were like a team who took one game from them, the entire tournament, one game, and we took it. Of course, we lost the second one and the third one. Yeah, but we won. Okay, we was first, then won second, and we lost third, I think, or something. And one game was with Patch. Yeah, people were pretty cheering for us, I believe.
What did you think when Online Kingdom took down 2 Chinese teams in the beginning? What did you think about that?
Right now, I'm thinking like, yeah, it's pretty cool. We were, but when we were there, we were like jokingly talking like, oh, Chinese slayers and stuff. But overall, we were just focused on our brackets and stuff.
Do you think everybody in Dota was a little surprised though that?
I'm sure about this, but people were explaining this like, oh, Chinese never practice Dota 2, like only European practice. Chinese got their beta keys like in the last day and they didn't play at all. That's what I normally heard as excuses. But all the time that people write something somewhere, like they have no clue at all what they're writing. That's normal human reactions.
eHome. Tell us about eHome.
Home.
Scary.
It looks scary. to
Yeah.
you. Yeah, it was pretty scary. It's DKE home. One of last matches before Yafets retired. Yafets. Yichom was unbeatable in 2010, pretty much.
Why is that?
And I think we were kicked their asses in our Dota Championship 2010 and made them out of tournament. That was funny part. Maybe they would continue to be unbeatable.
So what was the story about Artstyle's dream in that tournament?
Oh, I'm not sure if it's actually true, but I think it is. He had a dream, and when he told us about his dream, it was about heroes, like hero draft. And we tried it when with European teams. We won all 3 games, and when we came to World Dota Championship, and we beat Yichom with this strategy in group stage. It was like 1 game. We beat them, and they got out of group stage because of it.
The dream strategy?
Yeah.
What
Wow.
was the dream strategy? What was the lineup?
Lone Druid, Enchantress, Brewmaster, Vengeful Spirit, and Dazzle. Dazzle!
So you played
Dazzle.
Dazzle solo mid in that?
Yeah.
Was that unusual?
For Dota 1 it was pretty much unusual. But it worked perfect for us, I believe.
So it went back and forth. eHome got you guys in ESWC, then you got them back in WDC, and then was the next time you faced them at the International?
International, but it was already a little bit different lineup for them. I had like 2 players changed. But from what I heard from their manager, they were practicing like 14 hours per day for 2 weeks or so.
Coming into the tournament.
Yeah. And people actually on all our places were talking like, oh, we never practice, that's why you like win and stuff, you know. Yeah, it was funny. Because compared to them, we never practiced.
Yeah. Really.
We played like 10, 15 games of Clan Wars. I don't know, 12, 15, I don't know. I don't remember, but not much, really old amount. We played like a little bit before Asus, and after Asus, like we played some games with this virus team. And that's it. That was all our practice. And people were like, oh, Navi, like, practice every day, yeah.
So you think, so people are going to watch this film and they're going to see HY skipped his final exams to go to this tournament. What do you think about someone risking their future like this to play?
Oh, I won't advise something like this because you need to be people who just gonna follow the steps of HY. They need to. He's a smart guy, so he can understand what he's doing. Because sometimes you can do a mistake by doing this. You need to be 1000% sure. So I don't advise to just blindly follow the steps and sacrifice something for the game if you're not sure that you're gonna success. Because he was a top player for entire time before International 2011. So he totally tried this. And someone else, it's really risky.
What do you think your mom would have said if you did the same? If you had 2 exams that you would have skipped, what would she have said?
Nothing. It's totally different. Lviv education, I don't want to blame it. But it's a little bit lower than in Europe, I believe. And yeah, I think Singapore one is pretty good.
Still stay in school.
Yeah, stay in school.
Were you always solo mid player?
No, I was playing supports and slowly getting in some support gankers.
When were you pretty much locked into the solo mid role?
I think after TI actually, but overall when I loved it, when I was seeing Yafit's plays, and I started playing myself and slowly getting into it. I was playing on ESWC, some solo mids, some supports also I think, WDC, some solo mids, and actually some supports also. Even after TI1, I played supports in WDC 2011.
How many times have you been in a draft and it ended and you were like, we already lost?
Not much. I had mines like this in 2011, 2010. That's like, oh, this draft we already lost. But after this, I changed my mindset, and you can win with any draft you want. Just you need to find the right way to play. You can always outsmart your opponent in many ways, and always find some interesting ideas how to do so. Dota gives you a big field to do this. Really big field. It's like, let's say, you play chess, and you did one move early on, like e2, e4, right? And you'll say, okay, I lost the game because I did e2, e4. You're not. You have a lot of ways how to get out of it.
So while HY is thinking about his girlfriend during the tournament, what were the things that were important to you?
It was important for me, to win for my family, I guess. I didn't really believe in 1 million, I think.
But it was real.
Yeah.
Just we're conditioned in such a way to not believe.
Yeah, when did it really hit you that it was real?
When I got money. I think.
When someone called and said, "There's some money here for you," something like that.
Yeah.
Did you know that you were the last person to basically receive the money? Because you, at that time, you didn't have a bank account. Can you
I think we had to hound you a little bit to get you the money. Didn't we?
Yeah.
Because you still didn't believe it.
It's not my fault.
Oh.
So are you're saying you're not doing it for the money?
No. Still not doing it for money.
This is the thing that I love most about watching Navi, is that you guys, when you're doing your drafting in the booth, are having so much fun.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Look how serious Poppy is.
He's just making his face serious. He's not serious.
That's the best dance I've ever seen with garbage.
That's normal.
every day. You take every.
So how old were you there?
18 or 17.
And this was that was Kyiv?
No, it
was
Moscow.
Assos?
Moscow.
Oh, that was Moscow.
What video was your mom referring to? Was she referring to this video?
I think so.
I think it was.
It was a point when my mom slowly started to watch internet videos, and it's a disaster nowadays.
Yeah.
No joke. Need to hide everything from her.
Oh, because she watches them all the time, though?
Yeah, like everything. She's like internet maniac.
When you were younger, you used to play the piano, and do you think that it has any connection at all to your coordination with a keyboard and things like that?
I think so. It's super easy for me to press buttons, but I don't think it's for a player who never played the piano. It's a problem. It's not a problem at all. You just need some time and you'll be okay.
Do you think it generates a little bit of an advantage for you, though?
Maybe, or a little, just on some heroes. Because, well, let's take Furion, for example. I don't think that it matters you played piano or not, playing him.
So did you guys plan that? Did you say when we get the first blood, we're all going to stand up and do Tagil?
Yeah.
You almost
So what's
had-
the story about this solo kill attempt on Weaver?
We were all plus morale, I think, at that point, and I almost success. I was screaming like wild.
It would have been a crazy kill. Hey, on Weaver like that.
Serious game.
So I think I interviewed you the night of this, right? You had already won against IG. You were going to play side the next day. And you said at that point you already knew you were going to win. Why did you think that?
Confidence. Arrogance. Choose whatever you like.
But you were watching other teams. Like, you knew that nobody was going to counter your strategy, right?
I don't know. I just had a feeling, I believe, at the time. That's all.
I really like Fear House, actually.
Country.
I told you? Yeah.
Well, he likes the horses, right?
Yeah, I like nature pretty much.
We were on top of one of the two plateaus in Medford, right here. It's a beautiful view. And Clinton goes up there and hangs out and exercises. You should when you go to Medford, you should ask him to take you there.
I don't know when I'm gonna get there. I think I need to do some kind of trip in USA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah, you should.
Because Seattle is amazing. I'm sure there's like more places to watch.
So Clinton's mom is a district attorney. So she's a kind of high-profile lawyer in their town. What do you think has been kind of going through her mind seeing her kid?
Oh. I think it was hard for Clinton. Very hard.
How often do you see Clinton? Do you see him around a lot?
I think I first time saw him on ESWC in Paris in 2010. He was a nice guy. He always was a nice guy.
And how about HY? Do you know much about HY?
I really respected his plays. Him, Yamate, Yafets, all the Y nicknames. It's like, you always like, Y.
I see still some players bringing their girlfriends to tournaments and stuff. Is bringing families common? Like you have your family this year, last year.
Yeah, it's pretty normal, I believe. It all depends on their on person. If it doesn't distract you, why not? It's up to a person. As we can see, like, everything works, so...
Your parents never threatened to kick you out of the house?
No. It's a little bit different, I think, mentality. You know, from what I think in US, it's like, if you're 18, you need to move out, start your own life, blah, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
In our countries, it's a little bit different. You can live with parents your entire life and it will be okay. But people themselves want to move, normally.
Fear's desk. What did you think about his computer at his desk?
Pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Some long time ago, I had something called, even without mouse pads or mouse.
We were slightly shocked by...
I had my biology book, you know?
Oh, underneath.
And Macintosh mouse
Mhm.
with wheel inside.
Mhm.
Very old, like 19 something, 90 what.
Fear couldn't even play with his keyboard on his desk. He's playing with it on his lap. That's how he played.
Yeah, see, he's on his lap right now.
Didn't even have room on there.
As harder setup you get and more laggy PC you get, more mindly stronger you will get, and later it will pays off when you get to normal conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's a lot of pressure on people in these tournaments? Do you feel it?
Yeah, there is a lot of pressure on because different people have different goals, and when you see them not success in it, and realize how do they feel about it, it's really sad for me sometimes. Of course, there's a lot of pressure from countries, even like you get like orange guys, they're from defending Malaysia, yeah, and MUFC also Malaysia, and like you know that entire Malaysia is cheering for them, go guys, go, and when I like do something like unsuccessful, like Kuhu denied Aegis, and I'm sure he's like under super pressure now from all the fans and everybody and teammates.
Do you feel the pressure from the Russian and Ukrainian community when you guys play?
No, not at all. No, I know that people cheering for us. I'm really thankful for that and so on. But if people gonna start playing me or blame me, I don't care. You win something, and in a month you lose one game, and like, oh, you suck.
You're done.
You're done. Delete the game. Who are you? Disband. Yeah. That's bad part. Now also there's like, you know, this new thing that you can put items on a game and win more items. You know, like money but items in Dota. Rares and stuff. And after it been created, after that, every single match we lose, I get some messages in everywhere like, you guys suck! Because of you I lost my items, you know, and stuff like this, like, disband! I'm never gonna put items on you again, and stuff like this, all the freaking time, every single game. I lost like 25 rares, and it's all because of you, you suck! And blame me every single time. That's funny. think some people even put money. Yeah, whereas like maximum bet is $500 or something on some places.
If there's some way to gamble on some game, people will figure it out eventually, whether it be rares or real money. It's just too bad when they blame you for that if they don't win. Do they ever write you when they win and thank you?
No. It's kind of things like, oh, thank you, I won rares because you won. Yeah, good job, guys. No, it's like, you suck, you lost my rares. That's normally what happens.
Do you find when you travel around that Navi has quite a following in other countries?
Yeah, it's really feels great. A lot of people around the world.
Is it nice to be in a crowd like in Benaroya and hear people chanting Navi, Navi?
Oh, it's never happened before, only in Benaroya in 2012. And no. So, yeah. Of course it happened in like Ukraine, but not in different countries, so it's pretty amazing feeling.
Going into like a big grand finals or something, what kind of stuff do you guys chat about?
I think we're very confident that we're gonna win. I believe like no chance, you guys done and stuff.
What'd you think of Online Kingdom's lineup of players? Did you know them from before?
Yeah, I knew them. On that time, I didn't expect much from them. I had new players like 1437, right?
Yeah.
Come With Me was also
Yeah.
pretty new.
Oh, he wasn't so new, but
Really, even by the Echo Blinks.
nice. I see you play me. I have compromise for you.
That he's being nice.
Yeah.
No, it's you can miss your Echo Slam even if you play for a lot of years. It doesn't matter. That's like you getting nervous and stuff and press something very fast. I casted Revish on nobody on TI2. No one saw it. You saw it? I blinked
You
back
saw it?
and casted Revish on nobody. Ravage, that I stole from Tidehunter.
See, people, when you do it, they think it's intentional. And
Yeah, of course, like, I'm about to lose a game to IG and I'm like, okay, I'm linked back and Ravage. Good that it didn't turn the game in their favor. You know, we still won.
When you guys are in between matches, like while you're in a tournament, are you following the internet and following comments from
No.
fans and stuff?
No. In between matches... no, you mean when I'm at hotel, I can surf a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little, because no time, you need to go sleep. But when I'm in somewhere, no, I just totally ignore it. I don't want to get pissed by something or something like that.
Oh, you had an interesting story about eating before a match, because a lot of people don't know anything about that.
We actually had zero gravity who told us this, and when we tried follow it, but we also sometimes fail. Well, normally, like, if you eat, your blood from head will go to your stomach, and this means that your reaction will get slower. So we're trying to prevent it, and we don't take some food before games. Maximum what we take is like bananas, one, not much, or some chocolate bar, because it will only improve your reaction, not slow it. But I see that a lot of people just ignoring this fact here, and they just like, okay, food, lunch, just before the game, let's eat, run. And I'm like, oh, we need to play now, I will take some rest, probably, but okay, let's play. Like, and
See what happens?
thank you guys.
Thought it was really interesting after game 2, you guys coming out, and Kuroki was like, I need a chocolate bar.
Yeah, he didn't eat in breakfast, and it was already evening, so of course he wanted a chocolate bar, he was dying.
Yeah.
I don't drink Red Bull at all. I don't know how good it is to your health or something, you know. Afraid that it's not good, so I don't. But on tournaments I always do. between games. If I feel especially when you come to another country, you feel sleepy, and Red Bull just delete this feeling. So.
But you're not sponsored by Red Bull, though, are you?
No.
So they're gonna have to pay you somebody for the comment. Oh, what did you think about eHome's captain basically saying that when you guys had played, and you had played, well, I guess it's later in the film. He said that going into a tournament, they always practice all their heroes, and they never play a new hero in the tournament.
Well, it's the right way to go. You don't change things on tournaments, especially tournament like this, because you just fail. It's unreasonable. You want to play as good as you can, so you need to play the thing you play best.
So, why did you guys choose Enigma then?
Because we're idiots.
I mean, they knew you were the last person to get a hero, and Enigma was just right for the lineup.
Yeah, but I wasn't happy about it, trust me. We lost first game, it's our second game, I think, and I'm supposed to play Enigma? What the hell?
You guys did it.
Yeah.
Where is some hero you never played, Nick?
Oh yeah, plenty. You want to know?
For
one?
example, yeah.
I have never played
Invoker.
Spectre, sorry.
Spectre.
See, that's
Well,
how good
Spectre
I am.
is easy, okay.
Spectre, okay, fine. Lone Druid.
Lone Druid. And, okay, you come to a tournament, there is like, oh, $1 million on the line. And like, you're Lone Druid, hard lane, go. You come to some guy who played 1,000 games on the Weaver. Okay, I'm joking, but just as example. And you're Lone Druid. Have fun.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Well, it did start a little rough for you that game.
Yeah, it was. My minds were like, what should I do? The entire game.
But you kind of got it at the end.
Nailed that black hole right by the Roche pit. It's huge.
No, I don't think that my presence was biggest there. I was like just doing a small part of my job, but it was enough. Mostly it was our game plan that Spectre will get big, and he got big, and no one could stop him after that. I was just helping out as much as I could, feeding.
So is it possible to play video games for 15 hours a day?
Oh no, that's torture. I can tell you that if now I start streaming at home, I never stream less than 3 hours, but I can't stream more than like 6 or 8 hours. It's like too much already. So after 6 hours, I feel like I was like doing some physical exercises entire 6 hours. That's what I feel like. I'm exhausted. I can't do anything. I will just lay down on my bed and sleep. That's all I want. It's really tireful, because when I play just alone pub games or something, I can play relaxed. I don't care if I do mistakes and stuff. But when I stream, I want to play a little bit better, so people who watch don't get disappointed. So I try to focus a little bit more, and when you get focused on something, you're getting tired really fast. And always mind process is just killing your brain.
But a lot of non-gamers, like especially parents, they hear about people even playing video games for 6 or 7 or 8 hours.
Yeah, that's
They think
normal. That's normal.
That's a long time.
If you take breaks, it's like, come on, all these parents, they work much more, I'm sure. You wake up at morning, you go to work, you stay at work, you have some lunch, you work more, when you go home. And in gaming, it's just a little bit different. You don't need to. There's no some timings, when you need to be there and stuff. Just sometimes, very rarely. But you just think what you need, what you want to practice. You just take your time, and that's it. So if I'm practicing with team, it can be like 3-4 games we play, maybe maximum 5. When we understand that it will be less productive, and we stop. So it's like our team practice. So when we are on boot camp, we wake up at like 1-2 o'clock p.m. It's because we were changing our time zone for international. when we go take some food, take some rest after food, sit in the office, and when we start practicing, we play like 3-4 games. We go down, take an hour food, and take some rest. When we decide we want to play more, 1 or 2 games, or we just stop. That's all our practice. It's not much at all.
Did you ever miss tests because of your gaming?
I don't think so. I didn't have any tournament games in morning when I had tests, if something.
So you would still be playing in online tournaments, though, while you're going to university?
Yes.
And then you would just travel to LAN tournaments in the summer, or?
I don't remember, but I missed something with LAN tournaments. Maybe like one day, but it wasn't matter much, or it wasn't something serious.
Would you have still gone to the international if you would have had to repeat a semester of school?
Yes. Depends where I would study. If in my city, in my university, then definitely yes. If in some Oxford or something else, then maybe.
Oh, so why was that Shadow Fiend a bad choice here?
Big choice, you mean? I think that HY trusted him in himself, that he gonna success with his hero, and Ice was sure that it's stupid choice. But at the end, we all trusted HY, and then I think it's not good that he blamed his teammates.
How often does that happen where you guys are in a big game and there's a debate if this lineup...
Often, really often. But I think his team in the end trusted him, and that's what happens in our team. If we already have some lineup, it doesn't matter what, even if some people think it's like stupid or crazy or something. We just try our best and believe to the end that we can success.
But who gets blamed?
Different. It can be anyone. But
It's not always
after
the
the
captain.
game.
So it's captain.
No. Captain sometimes, too, of course. It can be anyone. For example, I give you examples. Against Alliance, it was my idea to... in first game I don't remember, but in second game I asked for Enchantress in first stage. I was like, we picked Wisp, and I say, okay, let's take Enchantress. And we took it, and it wasn't good. In the end, our lineup, we just couldn't push them. We had Tidehunter or something else. We lost that game, and I knew it. It's my fault, because if I wouldn't ask for Enchantress, then maybe it would be some other hero, and maybe we would have more chances to win the game. Maybe it would be Alchemist, who was like, great. So I knew it's my fault we lost the game in playoffs against Alliance. And first game was the same, actually. I also asked something, I don't remember what already. Need to rewatch.
Skywrath Mage?
Yeah. And it could be different hero, like Shadowfiend. It could be different game. Because we were deciding, Shadowfiend or Skywrath, and it was my last word. I said Skywrath. And it was like totally useless. So it happens a lot. And it can be anyone, any player.
And I'm sure it happens the other way around too, right? Where you decide to pick a hero and your teammates might not agree, but you win anyway?
Yeah. Our ways, like with Pudge.
I've been in rooms where things like this happen, where someone makes a mistake and other people just can't let it go and can't continue playing. How often does that happen with you guys?
Us? I think rarely. I think it's everyone understand. We can do it a lot in the online games, in some smaller tournaments maybe, but on something like international you can't let it go, because else you just lose for sure. You want to do a comeback or something, you will be dismoraled, or someone of your teammates will be dismoraled, and you're not gonna win. It's pretty silly to blame someone in the game. That's a huge mistake to do. It's like Was blaming Kuro after our first game on international.
Because he typed GG, or?
Yeah, and he was flaming him hard actually.
Yeah, I saw that. It's usually Puppy's call to say GG, or who decides?
All together.
Okay. So,
But it was actually GG, so I don't know why Hwast was so angry. But
Kuro didn't ask, he just typed in GG.
yeah, that's also not right, but still, flaming someone on international is not right at all. But it didn't affect much because it was after the game.
Right.
How long did you keep your hair that long?
Right after I came back, I think I cut it a little, at least.
Is that the longest it's ever been?
Yeah,
It's quite a mop.
I could grew lion hair. Easy.
Yeah. Your mane.
Did you guys have an idea of exactly what you guys wanted to do going into the finals here? You against E-Home, were there...
No, I think we just wanted to play the way like we always played, but in the end, it all changed in final. Everything changed.
So did you change strategy sort of on purpose for this first game, thinking that you could sort of... Maybe they'd been watching you the whole time and that you maybe could surprise them with something completely
We
different?
just wanted to play patch.
You just wanted to play Pudge.
But I wasn't playing it,
Yeah,
but we
should
were
be.
playing it. We were so much confident that we played patch.
You almost had this game too. At least parts of it.
Yeah.
It looked like they tried to shut you down early, though.
Yeah, it looks like.
Does that ever get you off your game when the team's focusing on you early? Just keep ganking you over and over?
Depends on the hero, but sometimes it does. You know, when enemy pressure one side, our side's growing. It's always like this, so it's all about strategy. If you get in focus, then your teammates should enemies should pay off for this on our sides.
Was there any doubt in your mind after that first game that you guys might actually lose the $1 million?
Maybe, but I don't think so. Still was very confident, I believe. We were just having fun. Picked patch.
Still, you had to be a little bit, worried that you lost the game.
Not much. It was only 1-1 after this game.
There weren't a lot of Navi fans really before this, right? Navi was a pretty new team. The first international?
Yeah, CIS fans. A lot of CIS fans, I guess.
CIS fans, yeah.
Yeah, M5 and Navi, it was like cut it.
And you just joined because Art Style had moved over? And he asked you to move over?
Yes.
Did you replace anybody when you went it?
Yes. It was Mark and Defender, I think. 2 Ukrainian players.
Mm-hmm.
Mark is playing in IC Cup right now.
Oh, okay.
Your sister is an interior decorator. She designs a lot of stuff.
Yeah, she did always.
It's
And
nice.
she was like, from start, watching all the things she could watch about all this repairment stuff, and when she did it, and yeah, it's pretty big, I think. She could work as designer, maybe. Or at least try, because I really like it how it is now. It's so great.
Colors are nice.
Yeah.
When you sat and watched it with your family, do you feel like we did a good job telling your story and your dad's story together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Final day of TI3, what's the date?
August 11th?
Yeah, it's my dad's birthday, you know?
Your dad's birthday
Yeah.
was on Sunday.
65. Yeah, he would be.
What were some of the things that people around the international just recently were saying to you after they saw the film?
Only good stuff, but they respect me more, that sharing their stories. Yeah, like,
That's
oh, I
interesting.
had something like you do, and stuff like this. I understand you so much. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
A lot of different people, a lot of different things.
How about the story when you caught 5 fish at one time?
Oh, professional.
Big fish.
No one of you did so, I'm sure. Yeah?
Nope, never done it.
I mean, I fished before. But
Oh, I get this thing, to catch fish when it's already coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like a period of time when fish was close to ground.
Sure.
Yeah, there was like moment when I saw fishes and were decent enough. I tried this stuff and there was like shadow which scared them to my legs, and when I catch them off,
You got to the net.
yeah, 5 of them
5 in one
one
day.
time, and they were decent, really.
That was a meal. 2 meals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like the most happy guy on planet, and the funny part of it, my dad after that took the same and wasted like 2 or 3 hours and didn't catch any of them because he was shocked probably. How is it possible?
Yeah, I've never heard of anything like that. It's just, you just throw the pole aside and grab the net.
That was crazy. Actually, I think their first minds was that I stole fish, put it inside, went to water, and then came out like, "Hey, I got some, look." But overall, I actually catch it.
That's cool. What was it? What are in there? Like trout, bass? Do you know? What kind of fish?
Карась. I don't know how it's in English.
Oh, okay. So
It's
Ukrainian
lake.
lake fish. Yeah.
Secret cafe. Oh yeah, I can see by candles. It's a pretty good restaurant. I like it.
It's the best,
I like
isn't
the
it?
start of it.
In the V.
How do you think about it?
It was awesome.
Oh, I don't know if it's best because there's like so many restaurants now there with all these kind of things, little things, a lot of them.
But that one's a secret.
That one, secret restaurant. Do you want to know what it is? It's like you see the door and nothing shows you that it's a restaurant actually. You knock or bell when some guy open up the door and he's like, "What you doing here?" And he's like he's in kitchen watching some TV. It's like normal kitchen, like in very old Russian style. And he's like, "What? What you doing here? What you want?" And in the end, he's like letting you in the next door, and next door open up, and it's like nice restaurant with piano and stuff, all dark with candles.
I just remember the bathroom. The bathroom.
Throne.
Yeah, the throne.
Yeah.
So does he do that all the time?
Yeah.
How about if you're a regular?
Oh, there is also another part. There is prizes where another 0 in price. So it's like if a meal is like $100, it will be 1,000. Yeah, and you need to have a card, and this card have like 19% discount. 90.
90.
Yeah, 90.
Secret
Yeah.
restaurant.
So it's just for people, who first time are like, what
Yeah,
the hell is this?
And most people they leave or they know it's a
I don't know.
there's a
Probably.
what's he doesn't want that many people in his restaurant.
So how often did you play Enigma in Dota 1? Did you ever play him in Dota 1?
I don't think so. Almost never. Like in pubs, maybe I played some games out of leagues. But in tournaments, I don't think I ever played Enigma.
Have you done that since? Have you played a hero in a tournament that you never played before? Like in competitive play?
Sometime it happened, yeah.
Like you played Lone Druid mid the first time I've seen this past
True.
tournament, right?
So just before the Cinderin says he thinks Ehome's going to win it now, what did you get a sense of what other players were saying about the grand finals?
I didn't care. There's always some different minds. And someone is right, someone is far from right. So if someone's saying like, okay, Ihom gonna win, Navi gonna lose, and I'm playing in Navi, whatever, say whatever you want. I'm gonna kick asses.
Did you mention that to Cinderin after the game?
But no, I'm not angry or sad or anything on them. Just reminded me like TI3 against Alliance. Everyone say 3-0, 3-1. And I know, but you're gonna be different.
There it is.
There you go. Bam.
I hardly remember that moment a little.
Is it weird seeing like these matches and things like that 2 years later?
Mm-hmm. Did I catch 3 guys here?
You did?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely. That's Frapst.
Yeah, it's right off though.
Fine, I believe you.
When we came back with this eHome, we knew we needed to have eHome as this unstoppable force, and we really did not want to make them look bad in any way, because everybody that came back was like, "Oh, eHome are the sweetest guys. They're unbelievable. They were so professional. They were always there on time."
But they made it to the finals.
Oh, they were the unstoppable
It was
force,
their
man.
fault.
Yeah.
Or Sean.
Do you remember this moment?
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I rewatched it many times,
Mm-hmm.
even in replay. I know where I did bad.
Yeah, but this really was in the match. There were so many kills that came out, and you guys chased them all the way up into their base, and multiple buybacks that happened out of this.
Yeah.
This was a huge
The
moment.
turning point.
It really was.
Then you look like you're not sure what happened
Yeah.
for a second, just for a second.
I think you're in the middle of typing GG,
G.
and art style just...
Jumps on you.
Yeah.
And now you're like, okay, I get it. We won.
Do these moments ever
Normally
get...
I keep emotions inside and I don't get them out.
So when you went back to Lviv, did your life change at all after that tournament?
Did I change?
life?
Did your life as a gamer, did your life as a professional,
Yeah.
did it change? Tell
I
us about
stopped
that.
thinking of future that much. I just started to enjoy my life. So it's pretty big change, I believe.
Did your guys' salary in Navi increase after the first international?
It's increasing all the time. Before international, our salary was, I don't remember already, but around $200. After international, it was around $1,000 or more, and it was increasing until now.
One of the things that prior to this tournament, when we had met you and talked to you, you viewed gaming as a hobby. Do you
Yeah.
remember that?
I still view it as a hobby.
You make a lot of money playing games. You still view it as a hobby?
Yep.
Why is that?
Because hobby is something that you enjoy doing, and besides work, right? So I enjoy doing it.
So you enjoy it, you feel like if you think of it as a hobby, you actually get better because you're having more fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can do something besides Dota right now. I feel it. Just, it's all about time. If I find a way where I can spend time for sports, spend time for some good graphic food, and spend time for Dota, and I will have also free time, then I'm okay with doing some other work. Like, I will be enjoying it, I think.
Very good that you interviewed Tammy. I think she could explain it in smart words pretty easy.
What's your take on if the gaming industry is going to grow, or where is it going?
You all know it, and yes, it's gonna happen for sure. It can stop only if some government or something start doing something against it, but they won't, I'm sure, and they will not be able to. I'm sure about this. So it will just grow and really grow faster and faster and bigger. It won't stop.
Is it exciting for you to be kind of at the beginning of that?
Newcomer, like a new starter or something. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Denny, next time we make a movie, we're getting you a girl in it to kiss at the end.
Okay. I keep your word in my mind.
All right.
And remind you about this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like more than one.
At the same time.
That's right.
So how many followers do you have now on Twitter?
Oh yeah, has
Oh,
that
the
changed?
number
On
doesn't
all
matter.
your-
That's
on all your-
Chinese Twitter.
I know.
No, it's
Chinese
Weibo.
Twitter,
Yeah, Weibo.
Weibo, U.S. Twitter, I guess. Like all the Twitters combined. Like how many people are now following you? Do you know?
I don't know.
You know.
No.
Come on.
I only know normal Twitter.
Okay.
I need to check Weibo. I didn't check it for a long time.
It's probably over 8,000 now. I would say.
That's a lot
This
more than
point.
that.
After every tournament, does it grow? Do you see this? Your numbers grow?
It's fun. It's fun because I type something and then I read answers, and they always send in some videos, and
Yeah, you get. It's like
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
So I get this all information very fast.
When you're there, and you watch this, and that last shot happens, free to play pops up, and the crowd just starts cheering. What did you think about all that? Or better yet, while we were making this film, tell us about some of your experiences making it.
My experience.
Yeah, well, when I talked to you earlier, I asked you, did you think, did you think the film was going to be, when we were making it, did you think it was going to be like this?
Oh, I totally didn't expect tons of stuff that was in the movie. Because, I was reminding myself what footage you had and, what can you do out of it. And I had no idea what footage you had about our guys. And I didn't know what was your idea about our guys and what you're gonna do with it and how and so on. And when you see all of this and everything that was done, it's like... That's all you can say. In short words.
Were we ever a huge pain in your butt? Andy, when we were in your house,
No.
taking over, asking you to film interviews.
Actually, I was sad that you didn't stay at my house when you arrived at first. Yeah. I think you would enjoy it much more. But
I didn't want to share a bunk with Phil and Jeff.
Well, there's always free to play too, right?
sorry?
free to play too.
Are you sure?
You heard it here first, folks.
Wonder if EJ was serious when he said that. I was like,
So what are you going to show next international? It's like, oh boy.
better start tomorrow.
Start now. What do you think your fans would want to know about you that we didn't show in the film here? Is there anything that we missed?
He can't throw a football. Yet.
We don't have it in Europe or... Yeah.
Yeah. It's American football.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's cool.
First interview with you, you could tell that no one had ever really asked you some of the questions that we asked. Were you surprised when we were asking about your parents and your family?
No, I wasn't. I was okay to answer everything, I think.
Had you been asked those questions before?
Have I been asked?
Yeah, before this film. Did people
By
ask you about,
interviewers.
like, growing up questions?
Well,
No?
a little.
A little bit?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Would you do it again?
Interviews?
No. Make a movie with me and these guys.
Right, easy. Because my part is not so hard.
But thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing
Thanks.
everything that you did with us and
Yeah.
and opening your home.
Thank you.
That's what made the film special.
Mhm.
Getting some access.
My thank you is not enough to cover all you did. So.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Cool.